have preserved our commitment to higher education, and I know that the folks here at Morehead State University and our universities, our community colleges all around this state appreciate the effort that we've made, and they've worked hard with us to make sure that they spend that money wisely. We have been able to maintain our commitment to that health care safety net that we call Medicaid, which is there for the less fortunate among us. And unfortunately, during these tough times, there are more people all the time that qualify for that program and need that Medicaid program in order to get the health care that they need to stay healthy and to keep on working and providing for their families. And we have continued to stand up for the safety of our citizens by supporting our police and our firefighters and our emergency personnel. Because after all, there isn't any more basic duty that a government has, whether it's federal, state, or local, than to protect the lives and the safety of its people in their homes and on the streets. Now, I cannot stand here and tell you that I've been able to do this by myself, because I haven't. If I did not have people like Senator Blevins here in the Senate, Representative Stacy, Representative Atkins, up there with me and working with me every day and partnering with me and helping to make these decisions, we couldn't be where we are today. They have stepped up. You all don't know how lucky you are. And I know that you know you're fortunate in having these folks, but you don't really know how fortunate, because they spend almost every day working for you. This is supposed to be a part-time job for them, but it's not. They spend so much of their time working for you every day and working for this area every day to try to make sure that, particularly during these kinds of tough times, that we keep everybody's head above water, that we bring our people through this as best we can. And I'm proud to call them my friends and to call them partners with me in where we are. And I wish that you would join me in giving them a round of applause. You know, we're going to continue to make tough decisions. We've got a 2-year budget coming up that's not going to be easy. It's probably going to be the hardest budget that we will face in terms of finding a way to balance it. I know some people think, well, why do you say that when it seems like that we're starting to turn the corner with this economy? And I agree with that. I do think that and I sense that things are beginning to turn some, and that some of the economic sectors are beginning to show some positive movement in housing and automobiles and things like that. But it's going to be a slow recovery. All the economists tell us that. As a matter of fact, they've told me that don't expect your state revenues to be back to the 2008 level where they were then until about 2012. And the problem we've got at the state level is that even though the economy may be starting to pick up, our folks still are back to work. We've still got a lot of people out of work. Since May of 2008, almost 100,000 Kentuckians have been out of work. When you're out of work, you don't pay taxes. And when you don't pay taxes, we don't have the revenues to do a lot of things with. 75% of our state revenues come from 2 sources, the personal income tax and the sales tax. And when folks aren't working, they don't pay personal income tax, and they don't make a lot of purchases. So that's why our revenues are going to lag this economy. And until our unemployment starts going down again, and it will, but it's always one of the last things in a recession like this to change. And so we're going to have a struggle in front of us in terms of this next 2-year budget. But I can tell you this, we're going to get through it. And we'll be okay coming through it. It's not going to be easy. And it'll be somewhat painful for all of us to struggle through this. But we'll get through it because of the leadership of these 3 fellows up here, joining with me and others in Frankfort, to figure out the best way to do this, to continue to set our priorities, to continue to make those tough kinds of decisions that we're going to have to make. But at the end of the day, the sun's going to come back out. And it's going to be sooner now rather than later. It's going to be a lot quicker than a year ago. Because we passed through, I think, the worst of this, and we're starting to come out in a positive fashion. So I'm looking forward to that, I can tell you. I'm looking forward to the day that, as governor, instead of figuring out how to take money back, I get to work with you all to figure out how to give that money and where to put it to make it the best use. But even as we're going through this kind of thing, making key investments, just like the $11 million we've made in this road project, is absolutely essential. This is no time to hunker down and just say, well, we just got to wait this out. Now's the time to continue to invest and to be aggressive in every way we can to build that foundation so that as we do start coming out of this, we're going to be in a position as a state to grab a hold of those opportunities a lot faster than a lot of other states that have done a lot of things like closing schools and laying off teachers and firefighters and police. So I'm proud of where we are. I'm not satisfied by any means, but I'm proud that we've been able to get ourselves this far and be in the best position we can be. And now we got to finish the job, and we're going to finish the job. I'm excited about the completion of this part of this project. I'm proud of our transportation cabinet and the hard work they've done. Barb, thank you, and thank your group here in District 9. Let's give them a round of applause. We look forward to continuing these kinds of efforts and to making sure that we continue to put Rowan County, Morgan County, and this whole area on a foundation to where, as we come out of this recession, you're going to really see us take off. You're going to see us create a lot more jobs in this area. You're going to see this university take off even more than it's already doing. It is doing a great job with the resources that we're giving it right now. But that's a key. That's a key to this area. So as that university gets stronger, this whole area will get stronger. Thank you all very much for letting me be a part of it.